The active shooter incident typically starts right here with a targeted killing with the motive of revenge. I take you to a post office in Edmond, Oklahoma in August of 1986, where a disgruntled postal worker by the name of Patrick Sherrill felt that he had been unfairly treated by getting fired from his job at the post office. And he held a grudge against his supervisor and his manager. And after getting fired, he felt that his only recourse was to go back the next day with his handgun and start off by fulfilling his desire for revenge by killing both his manager and his supervisor. And thus he fulfilled his revenge motive, but then it became an active shooter incident of the classical kind when he took his gun out onto the mail sorting floor and just randomly began killing anyone and everyone that he encountered. He wound up killing 13 more of his co-workers before he finally took his life as the police were closing in. That is the classic example of an active shooter event. It typically will start with the motive of revenge, anger at a manager or supervisor for getting fired. Students in school could be anger at society, anger at teachers, anger at friends, anger at the bullies in school. Take you to Columbine High School in April of 1999, where Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold committed the Columbine High atrocity. Their motive was just a general anger at society that was essentially born out of them being bullied as underclassmen. In April of 1999, they were 1 month from graduation. They were seniors in high school, but 2 to 3 years prior to that, as underclassmen, they had been horribly bullied by the seniors and juniors in school, and they carried a grudge, and they did not deal with it well. And they did not get any help. Their parents and friends did not recognize it. Their teachers did not recognize it. And they wound up carrying out the dastardly effects of their carrying that grudge for 2 to 3 years in April of 1999 when they killed 13 people at Columbine High School before they themselves committed suicide. So, and those 13 people were all killed randomly. None of them were targeted. It was simply a random killing right from the beginning when they tried to just kill as many people as they possibly could. That's the classic example of an active shooter event that perhaps starts with a targeted killing and then turns random. And that's where it gets dangerous for us, because the vast majority of us are not going to be a possible targeted victim by an active shooter. But we might be unfortunate enough to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And thus we need to be prepared to react in that vein. And that's what I'm talking to you about today, is essentially we in our daily lives going about them, we're not armed, we're not prepared for combat, but we just might be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And thus what can we do if that should happen? That's where we're going with this.